Please join us in welcoming Mona ma'am, Shefali ma'am, and Naseem ma'am as today's judges. We are grateful for their dedication to fostering critical thinking, respectful dialogue, and effective communication.
Let's show our appreciation for their contributions to our debate competition with a huge round of applause. Good luck to all the participants for the debate competition.
Let's now discuss the structure of the competition today. There will be 8 rounds of debating amongst these 16 participants. After each speaker has had maximum 3 minutes for making their case, there will be 2 minutes for cross-examination and rebuttals. Rinku ma'am will be handling the timeline for each speaker. As soon as the bell rings, your time is up.
Remember that our distinguished judges will closely monitor every detail, assessing not only the substance but also the delivery and of course the art of persuasion.
Buckle up everyone, because this is going to be a mental marathon. The debate competition will be tense, where the thoughts converge and spark. Now let's get the discussion started.
Don't you think public transport should be free for everyone?
But who would cover the cost? It's not possible to provide free services without any funding.
That's an interesting point. Let us see what our debaters have to say on this.
Well, leading us off, we have Shivaji House and Chandrasekhar Azad House. The first 2 houses prepare to enter the stage. They'll be delving into the details of the topic, public transport should be free. As they approach the platform, let's give them a huge round of applause.
First we have Adam Palwal of class 9A from Shivaji House, a passionate and articulate speaker who will speak for public transport with conviction and flair.
My heartfelt greetings to all the present here. Today, I, Ava Parwal of class 9A, have been blessed with the opportunity to put forth my views in favor of public transport being free. Everyone knows very well the immense advantages offered by public transport to the masses. The fact that it lowers air pollution and provides much needed convenience to commuters is well known. One must, however, question the need to price this facility. Putting a price tag on this well-accessed facility means that the lower income people and daily wage laborers are no longer able to access it. They simply cannot afford the enormous cost of using public transport daily. This means that they cannot take up good employment opportunities away from their home. Barring such a large chunk of the population from taking up employment opportunities deprives the economy of magnanimous situation. Making the public transport free also cultivates a sense of equality, where the rich industrialist travels on the same public bus as a daily wage laborer. The true tenets of Gandhian equality will be realized. When there is no marginal development, when people are able to travel wherever and whenever they want using public transport free of cost, at that moment, India will rise to its potential as a force to be reckoned with. Thank you.
That was great, Ara. You demonstrated remarkable poise and composure. Your speaking skills are truly impressive.
That is absolutely true. Next up, we have Rudra Upadhyay of class 9B from CS Azad House, who will be presenting a contrasting perspective and argue against the motion. We are all eager to hear your insights. Please share your insights with us.
Have you seen the people are jostling on the body to reach their office at a time? And this causes such an accidental causes. The people are jostling because they have to reach on the time of their office. And the people are taking so many advantages of the free public transport. And I am Rudra Upadhyay from class 9B. And I am to say the opposite of the public transport should not be free because this leads to the so many conflicts in the public transport and leads to the unsustainability.
Never mind, you really attempted well. Now let us see how fierce the rebuttal round is going to be. For the same, I request both the contenders to be on the floor for opposing each other.
If public transport would be free, less cars would travel along the road. Less private vehicles flying along the road would mean less traffic. Less traffic jams clears the way for more buses, metros, taking more people and facilitating more effective transport. Free public transport also means that more and more people can use it regardless of their income or economic status.
But the free public transport could lead the jostling of the people on the buses. This will cause to the accident.
That, my friend, is an infrastructure issue. As the demand for public transport would rise, the government and organizers for public transport would create more and more facilities. More demand for metro trains would mean more metro trains. More demand for public buses would mean more public buses manufactured and more flying along the road. Hence the commuters would be evenly distributed along the public transport.
But if the public transport will be free, then the people will not use the public transport as their responsibility. But if they pay for the public transport, they use the public transport as their responsibility and they will use the public transport carefully.
Making public transport free does not mean making it free of responsibility. Just because public transport is free does not mean you can use it and damage it. If you damage it, of course there will be charges.
But the free public transport could lead to the unsustainability.
Great job. A good debate is like a good game of chess, so think strategically. Let's move on to the next segment. Please welcome Dhani Kadia from class 10D from Shivaji House to hear the unique perspective. For the topic, AI is the future of India. All of us are eager to hear your insights.
Predicting the future is Good morning to one and all present here. Today, IIS program of class 10 is standing before you to debate on the topic AI should not be the future of India. A recent study says that exposure to new workplace technologies such as AI can negatively affect people's quality of life. Increased usage of these technologies can result in increased workload, job insecurity, and many more. There have also been ample studies in the past that suggest AI will automate many jobs, affecting millions of people in the near future. Humans should not let AI control weapons of mass destruction, or else it could lead to a big problem. Even if AI is programmed to do something useful, it can develop into a damaging way for reaching its goal. Robots are a major threat in the society because it can do whatever we tell them to do, but without following any rules and regulations. As of now, AI cannot replicate human emotions and connection, which is the essential attribute to the team working. Some of the world's smartest people, such as Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk, have expressed serious concern about how fast AI is developing. AI will cause more harm to the ecosystem, which includes humans, especially because they will be suffering from unemployment, depression, and frustration, which in turn will increase the crime rate in the society. As of now, AI exhibits more negative changes rather than a positive change. You can see the example of 2016 American election campaign. In that, black Americans were targeted by tailored and negative ads through AI. If a person liked or viewed some negative ads, AI gave them many negative ads like that. It's just that looking to one negative news doesn't mean that I like all negative news. But AI will consider that I like all negative news. Thank you.
Excellent points raised from both sides. We can now have both the contenders for the energetic clash.
What do you say? What you said was exactly wrong. Ecosystem. There are many steps taken by the government in enhancing the AI-friendly ecosystem.
But what about unemployment? AI will create.
It creates more employment.
No.
It creates.
If teachers teaching here will be automated by AI.
AI will assist teachers in performing well. Human mind is the root of creativity. It will also be teachers will utilize it in a positive manner. It will help them to encourage the students to learn. People will see the advantages and try to access AI, seeing that everybody is using.
No. AI consists more negative effects rather than a positive.
See the positive thing.
But the negative effects are more than the positive thing. So AI is not good for our country.
AI is exactly good, and our future will be AI.
It's just that AI is not the future of India. It will increase the crime rate in society if people will not be
There are many security steps.
But how will you create that security step? Who is taking
Government will enhance for the development of the country.
AI is the innovation for India.
AI is the future. It is advantageous.
How can you say that AI is future? What percentage?
That was clear. Now let us start on to the next round. With great honor, I would like to call Lakshya Chanda from class 1110 from CSSR House, speaking in favor of the topic, reservation should be based on economic status.
God help those who help themselves. This is God's law. But nowadays, government has changed were demanding reservation in jobs in service sector. But the shocking thing was that people who were begging for jobs in the name of caste were coming in luxurious cars like BMW and Audi. This is an example of misusing of reservation based on caste system. But this would have not happened if reservation would have been based on economic status. There is a very famous quote by William Shakespeare. I think everyone might have heard it. The quote goes like this: what's in the name? But nowadays, when reservation is based on caste system, it only asks candidate name, it only asks candidate religion, it only asks candidate surname. No matter how much resources the candidate have, or no matter how rich the candidate is, if he or she has a caste certificate, or he or she belongs to OBC, ST or ST tribe, he will definitely get a seat in a very good college. But this is very, very wrong. That is why I say reservation should be based on economic status, not on caste system. Thank you.
I appreciate your confidence. I would now like to call Khushi Jalani from 11th D of Shivaji House, who will be opposing the motion.
Reservation based on economic status is a topic that has sparked intense discussions across our nation. This issue is not merely a matter of policy, but strikes at the heart of social justice and equality.
Words are weapons, use them wisely. To prove this, Anusha Samani from class 12D from SC Both House will explicate for the topic infrastructure development.
Good morning. This is Anusha Samani from class 20, here to speak in favor of the motion infrastructure development. Firstly, what comes in your mind when you first think of infrastructure? Large buildings, roads, bridges. But is infrastructure limited to this very sector? Is it? Simple answer, no. It also includes law enforcement and education, healthcare, telecommunication systems, and many, many more. Not only does infrastructure act as the backbone of any economy, it also has several other benefits. Economic growth, robust infrastructure like proper transportation systems and communication lines support economic activities. It does so by attracting foreign investments and reducing transaction costs as well as transportation costs, thus boosting trade and commerce. It is estimated that by the year 2028-29, India's GDP growth rate could add up to 5.3% to 6.5% if laws regarding and supporting infrastructure are imposed. Job creation. Infrastructure sector creates huge employment. It generates it employs 7.1 crore Indians, thus generating around 150,000 jobs. Not only does it serve the issues related to unemployment, it also caters to problems related to poverty as well as poor living standards. Sustainable development. We always think of infrastructure as degrading the nature, but have you ever thought of it acting along with the nature? It can do so if we make buildings, accommodate deforestation, making resources along with resources and from resources. Another major factor to include here is that to put money in infrastructure, it is not at all an expense. Rather, it is an investment. For example, if I build a school right now, it won't only educate children once, rather it would do it on a multiple basis. It would generate a virtuous cycle of development of us Indian citizens as well as our nation. In the end, I would like to say that infrastructural sector and infrastructural development is the pivot of propelling any economy's progress and setting the stage for its future prospects as well as opportunities. Thank you.
That was impressive. Now, I would like to call Saloni Mittal from class 12D from Shivaji House, opposing Anusha.
Good morning to esteemed jury members, my worthy opponent, and respected audience. Today, I, Saloni Mittal of class 12A, stand before you to argue against the notion infrastructure development. While this infrastructure is often seen as a sign of progress and development, it does not. While infrastructure is often seen as a sign of progress and development, the cost and consequences of excessive development far outweighs its benefits. First and foremost, one cannot overlook the financial burden that comes with the large-scale development. The construction of roads, bridges, and buildings requires substantial funding. The Delhi metro construction. It took huge financial burden, which was faced with significant cost overruns, in which the first initial phase, which was estimated around ₹8,000 crores, was further escalated to ₹10,500 crores. Furthermore, the environmental implications of the development cannot be overlooked. Roads are not like before. They are like not developed everywhere. Forests are cleared. Ecosystems are disrupted. over grandiose development plans. The Ministry of Indian Statistics and Implementation Programs reported in 2019 that over 355 implementation programs, each costing rupees 150 crore and more, faced overruns totaling rupees 3.88 lakh crores. Now, you tell me, is it good to make the infrastructure and even putting the financial burden on the government? By putting financial burden, you are creating the loss for the government. Furthermore, the social implications of the infrastructure is putting further loss to the economy. Many communities and primarily private sections really did well. Let's now see how the opposition sparks between the two contenders. So, did you know how this ID card got? It was made somewhere and it was transported here and now it is in your thing. How was this possible? Infrastructure. It was made somewhere because of infrastructure. It was transported here because of infrastructure. Did you know that you are alive right now because of the fresh air conditioned air that you are breathing? And you were born in a hospital, of course. So that is all because of infrastructure, which means that your entire existence is because of infrastructure. The entire existence of humanity is on infrastructure. So how can you say that by not doing infrastructure we are doing any good for this country? First of all, the point you mentioned that we are living and we are alive because of this fresh air provided by the air station. Are you kidding? It's like in the environment you're taking being alive is living. No, but using the air conditioner for being alive is that infrastructure. But say it's not infrastructure. Wait, I'm speaking. Let me sure. So are you saying the one person That was great. For the next segment, I want to call upon Harshit Kasar, class 11C from Rana Pratap House, speaking on the topic One Child Norm.
Good morning, respected judges, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, I, Ashit Kasar of class 11D, would like to speak in favor of the topic One Child Norm in India. India is overpopulated. Pay attention. I am not saying India is populated. India is overpopulated. The population of India is 140 crores, the highest in the world. This ever increasing population has posed many serious challenges against us, such as poverty, unemployment, increased carbon emission, pollution, etc. For this problem, we have a great solution: one child norm. Under this norm, parents are allowed to have only one child. This norm has many benefits, such as reduced poverty, reduced unemployment, more income, more development, better health and education facilities, etc. There is a myth in our society that a single child is more selfish than someone who has siblings. People believe that they are spoiled and lonely. But the truth is, children being their first and foremost priority, parents tend to try new and innovative activities with them and thus spending quality time with them and understanding them in a better way. Moreover, the new generation is also inclined to have one child for better future and better life. A single child becomes responsible and mature at a very young age. There is no competition for parents' love and time. There is no distribution of the family's wealth as well. As the number of children being limited to one, the parents will be able to spend more on the children. Millions of children have to give up their dreams just because of lack of resources and money. In this way, their precious talent gets wasted. But as the population will decrease, the government and people will be able to spend more money on their children, and hence it will lead to overall economic development of the country. Yeah, there will be some problems in the implementation of this norm, but with great determination and willpower, we will be able to turn those cons into pros, and I am very sure of it. In a nutshell, I would like to say that for the development of our country, we should adopt this one child norm. Now, the time has come to change the slogan from "Hum do hamare do" to "Hum do hamare." Thank you.
Your research and preparation are evident. I want to see how Edwin Chaco from class 10th from SC Bose House will oppose your motion.
Today, I, Alvin Sayyid Chaco of class 10th, is standing before you to advocate on the personal freedom and vibrant future of our society. Today, I want to delve into the most intriguing and controversial topic, one child norm, a policy that restricts families to a single child. Do you know, being a single child means you don't have to share your toys with anyone. But it also means that you have no one to blame when something breaks. Imagine a world where children's laughter is a rare melody and sibling bonds are distant memories. This is the reality we face when we adopt one child norm that restricts the fundamental right to create and nurture life. So anyway, let's talk about freedom. One child norm is a direct assault on freedom, dictating how families should live and build families. It dictates how families should live and grow. Economically, one child policy is a ticking time bomb. As it increases the dependency ratios, there will be more adults and less children population, which aging population to support only a few children can create a great unsustainable economic burden. With a fewer workforce, the future workforce shrinks. The productivity and innovation led by diverse and dynamic generation is stifled, leading to economic stagnation. Now think about social integration. Additionally, it violates human rights, including forced abortions and sterilization. It causes gender imbalance, which causes increased human trafficking, violence, and difficulty for men in finding their spouses. So, is this the world we are aspiring for? In conclusion, one child law leads to a sterile, regulated society and devoid of vibrancy and diversity that multiple children bring. In the end, it undermines your freedom, weakens social fabric, and threatens economic stability. So let's cherish liberty as we grow, we choose our families, and preserve the rich tapestry in life that multiple children bring. Thank you.
You really did well. Let's see how the opposing contenders are here on the platform.
Since India is overpopulated,
You are studying in this school. You are having food. You go to hospitals for your checkup. But how? How can a parent who is earning 5,000 rupees per month can give these facilities to his children? How can the parents can give this facility to their children?
I am not saying there will be less economic growth. We can allocate more resources efficiently by maintaining the population. If there are no human workforce, how can we implement the resources? We can implement resources like Japan did. They focused on human resources instead of other resources. They brought from other.
The population of India is 140 crores, the highest in the world. And the children who are not getting education, not getting food, not getting better healthcare, how can they be the assets for the company? They are becoming the burden for the company.
There are many other ways like studying literacy, education training, and by following upon the sustainable development, we can reduce the population. But by one child law, this causes abortion, sterilization, many other problems.
First of all, the sex ratio of India in 2011 was 920 females per 1,000 males, and now the sex ratio is 1,020 females per 1,000 males.
And by allowing one child law, we are having more content balance. Because multiple presence of males can reduce the diversity of females.
India is changing. This is not old thinking.
It will increase abortions and women safely affected. So how will you avoid this?
Women are getting education. People are getting educated, and their mindset is changing. India is a very diverse country. It will take time to break the shackles of taboos and orthodox thinking. We are making development, but since it is a new change, it will take time to
To say illegal childbirth, underage children, families will go to great lengths to circumvent the policies. How can you avoid this? There will be many hidden births. So how will you notice there are no children? There will be abortion. There will be many problems and social issues.
Let's move on to the next round. Buckle up for the full and final round. I would like to welcome Arun Jain from class 11A from SC Coast House, who will be speaking in the favor of the topic One Nation, One Election.
Good morning. Today, I, Arun Jain, stand before you to speak on the topic One Nation, One Election. The idea of One Nation, One Election is a transformative concept which would propel a nation towards greater efficiency and development. Firstly, synchronized election would lead to significant cost saving, as conducting multiple elections itself is a financial burden. We can streamline these expenses and channelize these funds toward greater good, such as development of infrastructure, education, and health. Secondly, it would help us eliminate the continuous going on cycle of election in our country, which would force the leaders in our country to focus more on governance than on campaign trials. This would help in increasing the stability and implementation of long-lasting policies. Thirdly, this would help us to solve the problem of voters' fatigue, as frequent election leads to lower voter turnout. This is a very severe problem. This can be solved by using the concept of one nation, one election. Moreover, by holding simultaneous elections, we can streamline the expenses. By holding simultaneous elections, we can have a common developmental agenda among the central and the state government. Among the central and the state government. they are more likely to work in a harmony. But at last, in the essence of one nation, one election, I would like to say that it is a forward-thinking approach, and not everyone has the brain to think over it. This would help us revolutionize the democratic practices in our country. By holding one nation, one election, we can lead our country to greater good and foster growth and process. Thank you.
That was thought-provoking. Let us see what the perspective of Apurva Chandak from class 10B, Rana Pratap House, who will oppose for the same.
So Delhi being one election in 5 years for a 1.415 billion of population, I am totally against the motion of one nation and one election. One nation, one election is the concept where simultaneously the election of Lok Sabha, which is the lower house of India's parliament, and the state assembly will be held. They might be held in a day or a time period of few months. But this will cause great challenges. First of all, how will you educate a greater amount of people? How are you going to tell them that why are they voting twice or thrice? One for the center, second for the state? They won't even understand. Second of all, the national political issues will overshadow the regional issues. The local assembly focus on the idea of water scarcity, education, health, and etc. But those will be overshadowed by the national issues, which are financial, banking, communication, military, etc. And how are you going to constitutionally amend it? Because for that you need Article 368, under which you need the rectification of half of the states of India, which is challenging for the government and time consuming. Lastly, I would like to say you that election is a one integrated part of our democracy, and how are they held is also very important. So I am against in the clubbing of elections.
Let us see how opposing the contenders are by having both the competitors on this platform.
By conducting multiple elections itself is a financial burden. So how can you justify the point?
Okay, so after a period of 5 years, parties will think that whatever they have in their bank accounts, they will try to use that particular amount of money to win for the rest of the 5 years. If you conduct it in between a gap of 2 to 3 years, then the parties might have the money saved, so they won't use all the money.
So you are trying to say that parties are going to do corruption. What do you think the
No, not corruption. This is not corruption. How can you conclude this is corruption? When parties have money, they invest it over the period of time.
So wouldn't it be beneficial that they have ample amount of money to invest and do the greater good for the country?
They do. Of course they do. After a period of 5 years, the political parties will try to invest the money all they have for the election to win for the rest of the 5 years. And how? Okay, tell me the accountability of the government. After a government is elected after in period of 5 years, in the main year, if they don't exercise, if they don't follow the rules, and they do not do the improvement of country, we cannot even recall the representatives. So we are going to stay for the situation for the rest of the 5 years.
What do you think the judicial system of our country is going to do? If any such thing happens, they are going to be re-elected again.
How they will be re-elected again? We do not have the direct democracy in India. We cannot recall the representatives from the parties which are already elected.
But we can oppose it if the parties are.
That was thought-provoking. One more participant. So the final stretch is now. Now I request Pradeep Singh, class 12C from Rana Pratap House, who will be opposing the motion.
Good morning to esteemed jury members, respected teachers, and all my dear friends. My name is Pradeep Singh. I am a student of class 12C and I am here to argue the motion of the House that UPI should be promoted in India. While Along with the capital, the foreign players bring in the desire to control. They are keenly interested in influencing the key sectors of the economy, often pushing out the local players who do not stand a chance against their financial muscles and global networks. A stark example of it is the retail sector, where after the arrival of large foreign retail chains, the local businesses either had to shut down or to suffer immensely. Secondly, FDI leads to economic disparities. This is because the benefits of FDI, which are relatively slow and low, get distributed unevenly. The urban areas, which are already developed, attract the biggest chunk of FDI, leaving the rural and the underdeveloped area lagging further behind. The urban-rural divide exacerbates, leading to further political, economic, and social tensions in the region. Moreover, the promises of job creations of FDI often fell short because most of the multinational corporations prefer automation and capital-intensive techniques of production, leading to lesser number of employments in the market. Earlier, when local industries used to thrive, there were high number of employments and there were more people got employed and involved in the production. There are many more regions like profit repatriation and non-development of the economic structure of India. But in conclusion, I want to say that FDI might seem as a panacea for all income growth, but we must be wary of its implications. Protecting local businesses, preserving employment opportunities, ensuring equitable economic development, and safeguarding our cultural heritage are paramount. Let us try to strengthen our domestic industries and foster innovation from within. Thank you.
Your hard work has really borne fruit. I would request our judges to kindly share their views on today's debate competition. We will start with Shefali ma'am. Ma'am, please come on the stage.
Good morning, everyone. You know what is required when you sit on the other side? What is required? It is required to appreciate. Appreciate these children who did perform. They performed very well. I could recall a term called gift of the gap. This is the term, there is a phrase called gift of the gap. These people have that. So you also have that quality, but you are not using that quality. At least these people are standing over here and they are using the gift of the gap. They are able to speak, they are articulate, they can think. Whatever they can think, they can deliver. So this is why, we are lacking. If I am thinking something, maybe I am not able to deliver that. But these people are, these students are. So we should appreciate them for that. And it's just an advice to them, whatever you speak, you should speak with the courage. The participants, speak with the courage. Nobody is judging you. We are not here, to punish you or to execute you for making any flaws or making any mistakes. So whatever you speak, speak with confidence. With the gradual passage of time, you all will improve and you all will become a good orator. Because this is deep inherent in our heart, so we get the chance, we should prove it. Alright, so instead of getting afraid, instead of being, and whatever you speak, make it clear and logical. Many times we wrote it, and when we wrote it, we are not logically true or not clear. So whatever you speak, speak from the bottom of your heart. So there are many, we could relate to what they feel. So it's not, don't note the points, speak from your heart, so that way you'll be able to make them understand. So I don't blame the audience also completely wrong. Maybe they were not able to relate something, so they were making all this mistakes or not, isn't it? So try to speak, use your heart, and try to speak from the bottom of your heart. And diction is of course very good. The pace is also good. You were not exceeding the pace or the limit. And of course, as I said, the gift of the gap you have, you are articulate, you could prove that, and a wonderful presentation. All the best to you. So whatever that is, thank you.
Now I request Mona ma'am to kindly come on the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I would just like to extend on what Shefali ma'am has said. It's very true, even if you write something from taking Because if you are coming here and speaking very fast, without any pause, without any expression, actually it does not make any sense to us or to anyone probably. So whenever you speak, whatever you speak, please make it a point that whatever you have written, you should understand. That is very important. What are you making a point? Rebuttal round also, if you would have understood your speech very well, then you could have, obviously, in a better way, you could have cut your opponent. And shouting, as Vicky ma'am said, was not allowed. So shouting will not make you correct. Anytime in your life, this is your life lesson. So all the best to all the speakers and other students also, please come up with a chance to speak over here, not over there. Because passing comments that ये ऐसा बोला, ऐसा किया, वो that is really very easy. But speaking over here, that is really difficult. Okay, so everybody.